first time. Hoo-dee-hoo! Apparently, Dizzle just found out for the first moment in his life that I am insane, even though he's been in my life for almost 30 years now. So
28.
But let me hit the light.
Yeah, because you said you couldn't get into this movie, or it lost you, and I don't understand that.
It just So before we get into things, just so everybody knows, TikTok Live is not going tonight. We will do it again next week on here as well. We want to thank everybody for getting us up to 465 subscribers.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys are still following us and hitting that notification button, hitting that like button. It really helps us out a lot. And then also on the flip side of TikTok, I want to thank all of you there because we are up to 15.8, just off the cups of 15.9. So great job, everybody.
Great job.
And now we're going to get into actually, I do want to say one more thing. Mark Fishbach, Markiplier.
Yeah.
He has fucking surpassed every obstacle. I just read an article from the Times that says that this movie that he produced, directed, and starred in, Iron Lung, has made more money than any other movie.
Yeah.
Like any other one. Like he made $23 million the first day that it was out.
Mm-hmm.
And it was only out to like select 50 different theaters.
He's a fucking
And then
beast.
because it blew up, he was able to give it to AMC and Regal. So what I'm trying to say to you guys and us too is that's really inspiring for people that want to go out there and make a little indie movie.
Yeah.
Because he only put an accumulative of like $30,000 into this project. But it is a full-length movie.
I mean, Markiplier was a millionaire before this stuff.
Yes. But the fact that he pulled this off by himself, that's pretty good for indie people, I would say.
Yeah,
and
it is indie.
He doesn't want, and this is a big thing of his, he doesn't want this to be mainstream.
Yeah.
Jason Blum has actually given him a call already, so is M. Night Shyamalan. He's turned both of them down. He doesn't want it to be Hollywoodized. He wants everyone to know that, yes, an indie film can beat the crap out of a Hollywood movie.
Yeah.
So, good for him. All right. So, Daniel's got a little movie here.
A little movie. Bugonia. I cannot believe you didn't like this.
Did you know it was named after a flower?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is starting.
I liked it. I just wasn't in love. It confused me. Go ahead.
You're confusing.
I know.
My dear love Emma Stone's in this movie.
And she does a great job. She's actually one of the main players of this movie, honestly, I'll have to say. She's my favorite. Yeah. Her and that Jesse guy.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons. They did an amazing Oscar-worthy performance. I really hope that at least one of them gets an Oscar.
Well, yeah, she's nominated. I don't know if Jessie is, but she's a beast in this, and I think it's an incredible film. It's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. Mm-hmm. So this is a great. I like it. The whole concept is that you got this billionaire CEO chick who's a very much like a Steve Jobs or like a kind of like a tech genius, but in science and stuff, and. She's one of those like entrepreneurs that you see on the Forbes list and shit.
Woman boss.
A big woman boss. And she does that very well. And especially at the beginning when she's like telling people like they can have off. And then she's like, well, unless you have work to do.
I thought that was really kooky too. Like, you guys can all go home now because it's 5 o'clock. But if you don't want to, you can stay and keep working. It's all up to you. And it's like, why is she saying that?
Well, to me, it's not kooky because I feel like we've all heard it before. That's like a relatable thing for like bosses. Like there's a lot of like bosses that are like trying to act cool like that. They're like, yeah, dude, just take off if you want. I mean, unless you got shit to do, then you probably
I've never had a cool boss.
I've heard that statement and like back in the day. And I'm sure many people have like working and stuff, mm-hmm. like some not verbatim, but something like that. Like, hey, you go ahead and leave at 6. I mean, unless you got something to do, then
yeah, like a laid back
finish
boss.
Up and then, yeah, sort of laid back, like trying to be laid back, but really not. Mm-hmm. And she does that well of like trying to be a nice person, but really kind of being a demon. And Even though it's not a demon what she's being accused of, it's being E.T., which that's what Jesse Plemons and his buddy Don, I believe.
Yes, Don.
And who I loved. And
he reminded me so much of you.
That's fucked up. But he's
no, because he was just so sweet and simple.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy. He shoots himself in the face, Minnie. Spoiler review.
Well, that's because she convinces him to.
Yeah.
I mean, she basically mind controls his ass. If you want to get trippy with it, she really like devils in the darkness of his mind.
Well, here's what happens, folks. They think she's an alien. Jesse Plemons specifically thinks she's an alien, and he's convinced Don, and they've been training and doing military training. And
why are they after this lady, though?
Because they think she's an alien. Because she fucked over his whole family and his parents and stuff.
Yes.
And his mom, she got all sick because of the testing that her company does. Mm-hmm. And then she tried to throw money around. See, that's the thing, acting like a good person. Like, hey, we're going to pay for this, even though you're not really helping. Like, they're just paying while she's fucked up and sick and the thing. And Jesse Plemons had every right to be mad. But at first, the first half hour to 45 minutes paints him out to be just kind of kooky and just kind of like this conspiracy theorist.
That's
a guy that goes online and way too much. And because that's the thing is you see these two characters out and about in the real world and in other movies and stuff, but you know the conspiracy theorists that are on YouTube too much looking up fucking what if the Loch Ness Monster's real and shit like that,
or what if we were in a paranormal parallel dimension, and if we step to the right instead of the left, we'll end up in the different dimension.
Yeah, that shit's all kooky, but he and some of that shit's fun to get into, but if you overdo it, you can end up like Jesse Plemons. And even though he ended up, I mean, we'll get into it a little bit later. But
yeah, because it was kind of a missed ending.
He's not the most wrong person on planet Earth. And Emma Stone gets abducted in her house, and she kicks these guys' asses too a little bit too. And she beats the shit out of them.
And she did her own stunts for this movie.
There you go. But they eventually got the upper hand and fucked her up. Yeah. And they hit her with the gas.
And they thought that her hair would be a transmitter for her mothership. So they actually shaved her head.
Yeah.
And cool fact is she actually did get her head shaved in that scene. She actually did allow them to shave her hair, which I found very interesting. But throughout the movie, you could tell when she gets hair back that it's a wig.
She's a fucking artiste, man.
So I give her props, because the only other woman I know that has been shaved on screen, like their head's been shaven, has been Anne Hathaway and Les Miserables.
Yeah.
But so very good on her. And she just did an amazing, amazing job of being like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are insane. I don't know what's going on. What are you talking about? And she's really good at playing that blissful, ignorant person that is just like, I'm trying to help the world and help everybody. I don't know why you're trying to hurt me.
Well, even if she was like a bad, evil CEO, she probably doesn't deserve to get gassed, abducted, and shaved bald.
And they freaking dipped her body in lotion too.
Yeah.
Saying that it deactivated her psychic link or something. It helped with the radio waves coming off of her or something, he said.
Yeah.
So every single day they were putting lotion on her. And even she was doing it too. That's the funny part, is that they told her to do it and she's doing it. And it's like, oh my God, what's going on? She
looked like the bad guy from Emperor's New Groove. What's the woman's name? Not Gronk.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus, she does.
But
more meat on her bones, though.
She's a phenomenal performance in this movie. Her and Jesse Plemons carry it, and Don's also kind of the heartbeat of it, which is sad that he's just a misled dude, and it sucked that he had to. Even though they were right at the end of the day, she was really an alien.
And not only was she really an alien, guys, she was the one that he wanted to talk to. Yeah. She was the freaking emperor. He was the one. She was the one that he kidnapped her for,
Yeah.
so he could see it as emperor. And it turns out that that's who she is.
Yeah.
And like it's just really, really trippy. And they go back to her office, her and Jesse, and she convinced Jesse to go inside this closet. Well, real quick, no, I want to go back to the mother real quick. Sorry. While he's blaming her for his mom, she goes, "I have a cure." And he's like, "What do you mean a cure?" And she's like, "It's in my car. It's in the trunk. It's labeled antifreeze, but it's not antifreeze. It is the cure. I have to label it differently so people don't steal it."
Yeah.
And he goes to the hospital and shoots up his mom, poor Alicia Silverstone. He shoots her up with antifreeze. And it's like, dude, come on. You have to know that that's antifreeze. It's blue.
Yeah, but he was convinced.
But he was so convinced that it was going to help her that he literally killed his own mother.
Yeah, he lost the mental warfare to this shit. I mean, yeah, but that's kind of the beauty of the movie because he had her at several points. And when you don't think, and that's why it does a great job at not revealing, and you have that thought in your head, like, is she really an alien or is she not? But
yeah, like, is she a fantastic actress or did they find out something?
They do a great job of making you think they're not actually going to do that and make her, because you think they might do the twist, but she's especially. There's some really serious points when they're doing the electro shit in the basement, and she's fucking. They're like turning up the voltage, and she's all in down. It's like you're gonna kill her, and like, if that's a real person, and even if it is an alien, that's fucking inhumane. Like just seeing a woman in pain like that is a pretty brutal scene.
Apparently, and it's testing her brain waves or something. And
even though it turned out to be like he was doing the right thing to find out, and like whatever the fuck. It's still like seeing someone in pain like that is fucked up, and it hurt his case.
Yeah,
but I
made him less likable of a character, I think,
and it made her seem like she didn't do it.
Yeah, it definitely painted her more in an innocent light.
Yeah.
So yes, after all of that happens, they do go back to her corporation, where she tells him that we can go on the mothership because at this point she's not denying it. I mean, she's not telling him who she really is, but she's not denying the fact that she's an alien at this point. So they go to her place of work or whatever, and they come across this closet. And she goes, "All right, so we got to go one at a time. Yeah. But I'm going to take this calculator. I'm going to punch in the code. You're going to go in the closet, and you'll be transported."
Yeah.
He goes in the closet, and of course, we all know what's going to happen. Boom! And like she literally gets knocked out by this guy's head. And so you think, like, oh my God, like she just destroyed him. Like maybe she is just an evil CEO person. Like maybe she's not an alien. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, she gets in the damn closet, and it works for her, and we find out that she's the emperor.
But she had a bomb strapped on him. That was his failsafe. Yeah.
Oh, yes. And Sharon is right. He did have a bomb strapped on him for his failsafe, just in case everything went wrong.
Yeah.
He was one of those conspiracy theorists. He also medically castrated himself and his cousin.
Yeah, that was insane when he hit that mic drop.
Yeah. That was just like, why?
I'll tell you, a cameo performance that I kind of loved in this movie was seeing Stavros Hakaias, who is a funny comedian. He's the chubby cop that shows up.
Yeah, I thought that was him.
It was funny because they buy the coconut cream cake, and then they have it out, and it did look pretty tasty. But he was like, yeah, let me get a slice of that. And he's like, do you want it? He's like, well, I'm not going to insist. And it was funny seeing his big ass, and he's a funny comedian. But it was like seeing comedians and like when we saw Tim Dillon at Thanksgiving, like seeing funny guys in a horror movie
and like Get Out,
pop
that one
up.
Guy from TSA or whatever.
Yeah, he was really good at that. But it's funny seeing comedians in horror movies, even if it's just for a few minutes, and seeing if they can like be good or make it corny. Yeah. And this was actually a good performance, and he got absolutely fucked up. Because like if we were doing our favorite kills, this one doesn't have a lot of kills because it's more like of a psychological thing. But this would be my favorite kill because they go out to, the whole thing is that Jesse Plemons, they used to be like beekeepers and shit, and they fuck with bees.
Yeah, but the cop is his old babysitter.
Yeah,
who we don't know exactly what he did, but we do know that he did something to Jesse as a young child, because he has said, "I'm sorry, I did what I did to you."
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was a sexual thing or anything else. They didn't go too deep into it, thank God. But I do know that the cop had a certain kind of reason to follow Jesse around and be concerned.
Yeah. But Jesse lets out the bees. It swarms this dude's
He's like,
fucking
"Want to see my
face.
bees?"
And then he takes the dude's bat, and he gets fucked up, dude. And it swarms his whole face. And then he takes the shovel and bashes it in. And it's like, damn. And that's when it's like he got vicious, and it's like this was the movie is at its best when it's the mental warfare between him and Emma Stone, and it's like who's gonna win this battle, and then she obviously does at the end. She likes a clear cut victor, but there was for a few minutes there where he seemed like he was kicking her ass, and he might actually get her and crack whatever. And when you found out he was right, you were kind of like and. But it still wasn't enough, and he got fucked up anyway. And it was cool that it kept the discreetness of maybe she is just this evil CEO, like you said.
Yeah.
Maybe she is just like this Lex Luthor type woman. Especially she looked the part after they shaved her bald. But she did a good job at that. And then when they did the reveal, it still didn't feel tacky, and it was like, okay, she's an alien.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of just like, I know it. Or like, oh, crap, she really is. It was like one of those kind of moments. Not just like, oh, yeah, we knew that all along.
Yeah.
We kind of figured that out.
Yeah. You had it in the back of your mind, but it was still kind of they did it. They actually went through with it. And
they did a good job with the reveal. They could have been very hokey. And I like the fact that she goes back to her ship and everything, and she's supposed to be making a case for humankind, but because of the way that she was treated those past 3 days, she's like, no, humans are evil.
Yeah.
And Daniel, go ahead. You want to tell what happened to Earth?
No, you go ahead.
After she decided that the whole world is evil, they nuked the Earth, guys. Everybody on planet Earth dead, except for creatures. So that's the funny thing. There were like bears and dogs and stuff roaming around and shit. But every single human being, dead. All of them. It's like she hit a freaking extermination button or something.
Which is fucked up, because I thought she could see that there was heart in him and Doc. Like, she became a piece of shit. And you saw like halfway through the movie. And like it was always there, but when she made that poor Don shoot himself, and she just basically talked herself, like, which was like it didn't seem like she wasn't not going to be able to do that, but the way she did it was fucked up.
Yeah.
And he blasts his brains out, and then she viciously, like you said with the mom scene, fucking she kills this dude's mom, and then she blows him up.
She doesn't even care when he comes back and he's like, "You killed my mother." She's like, "No, I didn't. You did."
Yeah.
I thought your ass was going to get caught. I didn't even think you were going to come back.
And that stuff is probably when the movie. I didn't love that as much as I loved just her and him going at it and trying to like figure out what
You're
if
right.
she really is an
Once they
alien
started involving other people, it got a little too wishy-washy.
Well, once it like really became a horror movie, which is what we're here to. So I don't want to cut it too much slack on it, but it started to rely on just like effects and being and blowing shit up and stuff like that instead of like a really good plot, which it had early on.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is right. Like around the third act, the plot kind of fell short.
A little bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because to me, it is the easy route just to say she's an alien.
Yeah, they could have taken it a completely different way.
Yeah.
Like she could have been the daughter of an alien race and not even know that she's an alien.
Yeah.
Or, for instance, she could just be a misunderstood boss woman.
Yeah. So just like getting rid of the
or a robot,
planet.
because robots are really popular. So she could have been an AI.
Yeah.
Because robots these days are hella popular.
Hella popular.
So she really could have. I know you're making fun of me for saying hella, but I mean, she really could have been like a robot, especially with the whole "go home at 5 unless you have work to do."
Yeah,
Like that's a robot saying right there.
it is a robot saying.
So I mean, for a second, I did actually think like, wait, is she artificial intelligence maybe? But that was cooked real quick. But she did have the energy of like maybe she is a AI.
Yeah. I mean, with all the money she had, I wonder if that was like on the alien spaceship. Because she like just blowing up the entire, like you just became rich as fuck and like made money, and like money. I don't know if money means anything on Mars and
I
other
don't think
places,
it does.
but to be rich as fuck and then just blow it all up like it's nothing, that's kind of ballsy too.
Kills everybody on planet Earth. And this is why I said it's kind of like a mist ending, because in the mist, she kills everybody and then finds out that they could have been saved.
Yeah.
And here, Jesse really drops the ball. He really screws up. I mean, if he would have been nicer to her, she may have not have nuked the entire human race.
I think he should have just shot her in the fucking head right away.
There you go.
But then maybe like her buddy would have just pressed the nuke button anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she had other people instructed to press the
Yeah.
nuke button, Daniel.
But she was, I mean, she was fucking evil, dude.
But she did a great job at being evil. Oh, that's another one. V for Vendetta. That's another one where the head got shaved.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
That's a good movie.
She actually kind of looked like her in this,
It's based on
honestly.
a comic book.
Is it? This is actually based on a 2003 movie overseas. So this is technically a remake.
Okay.
I heard Japan and Sharon read that it was Korean. So I'm just going with overseas.
Okay. It's Asian.
Yeah, but apparently it's a really good movie. I'm trying to find it because it's old. It's from back in 2003. But
right. Well, let's give this movie a rating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.9 bald chicks out of 10
nice.
because I think it's a phenomenal movie.
Very nice. Now, here's the thing. This isn't really a horror movie. This is more of a thriller and suspense. And there's nothing wrong with that, but for that reason, I can't give them an entirely high score. I'm not going to give them a low score. I'm going to go with an 8.5.
That's pretty high.
Because I did really like it.
Yeah.
I did. But did I have to do research to figure out what was really going on? Yes. But also, I don't do well with time travel stuff and alien shit. Daniel knows this. I do not do well with different storylines and freakiness and stuff. Like, there will be actual like TV shows that do like those other storylines and whatnot, and he'll tell you, I will literally just turn it off and forget the series ever existed.
You don't love sci-fi.
No, sci-fi and me are
I
not.
don't love it either.
We're not.
Honestly.
We're not close.
But yeah. I think there's things that made it, like Stavros getting the bees and the shovel to the face. There are horror elements to it. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
That's a horror movie scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's certain scenes in this that is a horror movie. Her making Don shoot himself in the face is a horror movie scene.
Which was my favorite kill.
Yeah.
That was mine. Because the fact that she could just coerce him to do that by talking to him, that was pretty damn cool.
But that black and white scene with him when they were like, when his mom was like fucking, that shit was fun. That was pretty insane.
That
And
was a
her
good
just
one.
trying to explain to, and her like trying to, that should have been the first red flag. All right, like, okay, she's an alien. Because the way she was really being inhuman. But sometimes there's businessmen and business people that like, yeah, they mowed over somebody's village or whatever, and they're like, sorry.
Yeah.
You know, we'll give you $100.
It's like how big pharma is. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you got cancer from working in an asbestos like factory? Sorry.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Here's a watch and a kick in the ass.
You're gonna die at some point. Have a great life. Bye.
But-
and like, I hate to say that because we really don't like to talk politics on the show or anything like
I don't
that.
think that's
But it does kind of give me a big pharma taste in my mouth.
It's
Yeah.
It's just with business and business is business.
Yeah.
God damn it. business is business. But still, she was being a pretty big asshole in that and trying to like talk to him like she was a good person, and he's just sitting there like taking it, and like you can tell he's distraught as fuck. And then it's like all his actions made sense from there.
Mhm.
Then they humanized his character, and then she plucked him out like it was nothing. But he did have her for a little bit. He had her in the first half, like that meme says.
Mhm.
What do you want to do next week?
Next week, we are going to go back to one of the movies that we have done on the telephone. A lot of you have probably not heard it because we don't have our Spotify channel up anymore. But we're going to do the 2015, the original version of Goodnight Mommy, not the 2021 with Naomi Watts. I've never seen it, but I'm sorry if you get a 32 and the original has a 99. I'm not even gonna try it.
Good night, Bobby.
So we're gonna go back to Germany and we're gonna go back and do Goodnight Mommy. Well, actually Austria, but it is German.
All right. We'll see everybody next week.
Yeah,
Hooty-hoo.
and you guys can find it on Tubi. Hooty hoo.
And follow us on the Talk in the Tube and the Ticky Tack Tube.
Yep. Follow us, give us a like.